episode 9, Survivors. But this episode should have been called I Am Tiger. It's your boy Icon with a little Netflix review. So, in our last episode, Sam and Tory finally had a conversation. And Tory told Sam the whole thing about the referee and everything being a fraud and blah, blah, blah. So instead of Sam embracing her and thanking her for her honesty and coming forward and coming clean, she gets into a fight with the girl in the parking lot. So the two of them ended up getting separated, and they're just like, oh, get away from me, bitch. And then, like Tori's just like, I knew I never should have came here. And then she walks away. Nobody chases after Tory. I don't know what Robbie's doing. And then then Sam gets mad. She walks away, and that's the whole thing. So now the next day, we're back at the dojo and we're having a conversation. The kids are having a conversation because they're trying to figure out, now that they know the information, because she told them what Tory had said, now that they know the information about the tournament being rigged, they're trying to figure out there has to be a way to use this information to take Silver down. What they ended up deciding was, surprisingly, one of the random background kids that doesn't speak, he finally said something, like the blonde little blonde kid with the glasses. He said that, him and Stingray are friends, and then he said if he talks to Stingray, maybe he can get the truth out of him and he can get him to help us. So the whole crew goes down to Stingray's house, and he's playing his World of Warcraft or whatever. The kids come in, they kick in the door, and they tell him, they want answers, they want to know what happens. And then Stingray, being the person that he is, instead of actually just telling them what the situation is, he admits what happens in the form of a story, in the form of a Minecraft story with witches and wizards. What he basically said was, Silver, he wanted to be a part of Cobra Kai. Silver whooped his ass because he said he wasn't worthy, but then he used him to set up Kreese and told him he would let him into the fold. And now he doesn't want to, go back against Silver. He doesn't want to talk ill of Silver. And then when they asked him why won't he come forward, Sam was like, oh, because he doesn't want to give up all of the stuff that Silver bought him. He was like, it's not that. He said, I'm scared. He said, this man whooped my ass already once, and I'm afraid that if I go against him, he'll probably kill me. He's like, I'm actually afraid for my life. And that was a very touching moment for him. That was a very serious moment for him to be going through something like that. And instead of everybody understanding where he's coming from and feeling sorry for him, Sam's like, well, thanks for nothing. And then she gets mad and she walks out the room. So I'm like, okay. And then and then Miguel goes after her. Miguel goes and has a conversation with her. And then she's just like, oh, a lot of things are wrong right now, Miguel. And I'm just like, I know you ain't talking about the kissing thing. And Miguel even told her, he was like, yeah, I'm confused. He said that you said you didn't want to be in karate and you didn't want us to be a couple anymore. Now, all of a sudden, you're in the biggest fighting tournament in the world and you're upset because I made out with another girl. He's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And then she was like, oh, you did nothing wrong, Miguel. Don't worry. And I was like, goddamn right, he did nothing wrong. She's just like, I'm just confused and, I'm so angry. And then she was just like, oh, it's all Tory's fault. And I'm like, no, it's not, because the information, because she was like, oh, if the tournament wasn't rigged, if I would have known sooner, then things would have been different between us and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I'm mad at Tory for waiting so long. But I'm like, that wouldn't have changed what happened between you and Miguel, because you already mad at Miguel for kissing the next chick before Tory even said what she said out of her mouth. So Sam just mad to be mad right now. But they said, but they don't know what to do. And then they're trying to put a plan together. Miguel told her, he was like, listen, I know what it feels like to be in Cobra Kai, and they can get their clutches on you and, and everything, get a hold on you. So he said, I wouldn't really hold it against her because you don't know what she's actually going through. So then Sam, she went to her house, she had a conversation with Tory, and, she told her, she was like, listen, I didn't know what you were going through. She was like, I apologize, for overstepping. They had a nice little conversation. And then she told him about Stingray, about how, Silver was the one that beat him up. And then she said it's a shame because he won't admit it, and there's no way that we can get the information or get the evidence. And then that's when Tory was like, well, that's not entirely true, because if the beatdown happened in the old dojo, there might be some footage of it. And I seriously doubt that, because why would if there's surveillance, unless Tory installed a hidden camera somewhere in the dojo, why would Kreese not think of that? Because it was his dojo and he would have the cameras. Why would Silver not erase the cameras? But I don't see why video footage would still exist unless Tory specifically had all video footage forwarded to her personal Gmail account. So that's going to be interesting, but that's where they left that storyline. And then in the other storyline, which is the only other storyline in the show, well, Silver and Kim, had their little conversation. They actually made Tory pay for her crime. And that was weird to me, because you were on the cusp of using this girl to win you the championship to get into the world's biggest tournament, and she straight up went home. When the scene came with Tory in Cobra Kai training like nothing happened, I was like, what is Silver doing? I was like, so we just not gonna talk about the fact that she dipped on us and, you know, and walked away from the tournament, whatever. But then after class was over, you know, like they basically strong-armed her, and then like Kim made her punch solid brick, and then, you know, after that she was like, oh, you don't have the strength because you're thinking of Robbie. And then Robbie showed up. Robbie walked into Cobra Kai like a G, and then he was just like, I apologize because when I left this dump, I should have took all of you with me instead of leaving y'all behind. And then Kim saw that, you know, Tory was looking at Robbie a certain way, and then she kind of felt a certain way, and then she made Tory, she was just like, oh, you're going to pound your fist into the pavement until you prove that you have the strength. And then Silver said, he was like, what did you say to her when you asked her why she left the tournament? She was like, oh, she gave me nothing but lies. And it's like, it's this whole big thing, but they basically allowing Tory to continue in Cobra Kai to torture her. Because even Kim at this point, Kim's already moved on because she was like, I am now focusing in my attention to Miss Lee because she will be the new spearhead of the Cobra Kai women's division. So Tori's basically on the way out anyway. And she's going to end up in Miyagi-Do. I'm surprised she didn't get her ass beat. You know, they just had her punch and rise. I thought he was going to beat her up. So, but she, I don't know, we'll see. She's going to quit Cobra Kai. She's going to join Miyagi Fang. And then Stingray called it Miyagi Fang. When the kids knocked on his door to ask him the questions about Silver, he said, oh my God, it's the Miyagi Fang. He called them Miyagi Fang. So I'm like, it's so easy. Just call yourself Miyagi Fang. So anyway, so that was it. Like I said, Tory, you know, she punched bricks, and then her hand started bleeding. She was talking to Sam, and now her and Sam apparently going to try to find some magical footage that's supposed to, you know, get Terry Silver in trouble and ruin the whole thing for the All Valley tournament. And then finally, to celebrate the pregnancy, because Johnny had told everybody, you know, that Carmen was pregnant, they went for a night out on the town, like all the adults. Chosen, he ended up calling, you know, the girl from Okinawa, you know, that he loved or whatever, told her that he missed her and he should have brought her. He's like, I should have brought you with me. They had this whole big thing. There were drinks and everything. And then at the end, the women decided to go straight home. The men decided to stay into the limo that they got, and then they were going to continue to hang out and have a night out on the town. While they were in the limo singing The Eye of the Tiger, Terry Silver was having a conversation with Kim, and then Kim was like, what will happen if your enemies stop your plans? And he said, I got insurances for that. And then we find out that the limo driver was still at the party with Daniel's cousins, and they were just like, well, if you're here, who is driving the limo? So apparently, and I don't know how Terry Silver has all these like connections, but apparently either there's a limo driver, someone took over their limo and is driving them out of control, or someone took over the limo, drove them to the woods, and then as the limo was heading downhill, jumped out of the limo, or Terry Silver is operating this thing by remote control. Because I don't understand how this man has the power to pull off half the shit that he's doing. So now the men are trapped in a limo that's going to crash, I assume, and we have no idea what's going to happen. And that's how the episode ended. Nice cliffhanger, and thank you for tuning in. One more episode to go of Cobra Kai, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm enjoying it. It's crazy. Like I said, like the girls were the only two people left who hadn't become friends yet, so that was bound to happen sooner or later. And I don't know if Daniel, Johnny, or Chosen. Well, you know what? No, what's gonna happen? Chosen is gonna be the one who gets mangled in the car. There's gonna be a car accident. Cho's gonna get beaten up, bloodied, battered. He's gonna be the one that ends up in the hospital. And then while he's in the hospital, the girl from Okinawa is gonna come, you know, to like nurse him back to health. But I don't know. But maybe there's the fight. The tournament's supposed to happen. I don't know what's going on with the tournament, because obviously the tournament's not gonna happen in the season finale. We're not gonna get that worldwide tournament until next season, because Tori still got some shit she got to figure out, and then Daniel and them still got to get out the car. So share your thoughts about this particular episode. What did you think of Cobra Kai? Are you excited for the season finale? Well, I'm pretty sure y'all seen the season finale already. I'm excited for the season finale because I have not seen it yet, and I can't wait to watch it so we can all talk about it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. So until next time for some more Cobra Kai action, keep the eye of the tiger, and until then, we're out this